Hi friends, this is Alicia with Green Thumb Diaries, and I'm coming to you today because I want to have a little chat about when to harvest vegetables. So a friend of mine the other day asked me, how do you know when it's time to harvest your vegetables? And I felt like it was a good question because a lot of times when you have vegetables like tomatoes or peppers, it's pretty obvious when to harvest those because you're looking for a specific color. There's a firmness to it, and you kind of know more so when to harvest those. But then when it comes to vegetables, like brassicas, lettuces, or collards, it's kind of hard to know when to harvest those. So a good rule to go by is if you get it from a nursery, usually it will come with a description of the vegetables, and normally it'll have like a maturity date on there. So you really want to pay attention and log what date you planted it so that you can kind of know around the time of when you should be harvesting it. um, Another way to know is, we do still have to go to the grocery store. I'm an urban gardener. I have a small garden in my backyard, so I still do have to shop at the grocery store for some things. And I'll kind of compare it to the organic vegetable section. So, like over here, I have some romaine lettuce. I'm kind of familiar with looking at that at the grocery store, specifically organic, because I know that it was raised properly. And I'll say, okay, this looks about how it looks at the grocery store because that's the only frame of reference I have. I didn't grow up on a farm or anything like that, so I have to go by what I'm used to seeing. Another thing you could do is simply Google it. I Google things all the time because no matter how much experience you have, sometimes you just need a little bit more information. So, like when it comes to collards, if it gets too big in your mind, you're thinking, oh my God, my collards are doing great, they're huge. But in reality, you should have harvested it when it was a little smaller because it won't be as bitter. So it's good to kind of do a little bit of research and your own legwork to know when you should be harvesting things. Now, when it comes to things like this romaine, for example, I'm going to harvest some of it because it looks pretty good and it looks like it's the proper size. And what I'm going to do is I am going to harvest it around the edges. And the reason why I'm going to harvest it around the edges is because I would like for the middle of it to continue to grow and get bigger and potentially give me more romaine. So instead of just chopping this whole thing off, which I could do, for example, if my whole family wanted to eat a salad, I would just chop the whole thing off because I know I have another one over here. And then two, this isn't a variety that's going to, wait a minute, was this the same one? This isn't a variety that is going to last the whole summer. And we're getting to the end of May. So if I wanted to, I could harvest this whole thing and then I would still have one over here. Or if I wanted to harvest all of this red leaf lettuce, I could because I know that I have another one. So the point is just, you want to harvest things and you have to just taste it. If I wanted to come out here and say, hey, I think I want a salad, I don't know if my romaine lettuce is ready. It's yours. You can touch it, you can break it. Taste it. Tastes delicious. It's ready. Let me harvest some. It's literally that simple, guys. So I'm gonna actually harvest some romaine. I'm also gonna harvest some English thyme, which is growing really well because I need some in the house. And then after that, I'll just kind of wait for everything else. And I will be coming out with a garden tour soon so you guys can see how well everything else in the garden is growing. But I just wanted to do a little video, a harvest video for you guys and have a little chat. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe, and become a member of the channel. Be part of my family. Thanks guys for watching.